Hello, crafty friends. It is Monday, and we are back with more creative juice for you. If you are a new paper crafter or a seasoned paper crafter, this is a place for you. I hope you find inspiration of things that you can make. Today, we are talking about designer series paper. This last weekend, you may have participated in voting for your favorite designer series paper, currently on sale at Stampin' Up. Right now, we're having a designer series paper sale through the end of June 30th, 2023. All of our paper is 15% off. So, this is the time to stock up on that pretty pattern paper. And you voted, I listened. This is your favorite right here, the Hello Irresistible patterned paper. They're double sided. This one is 6x6. And if I turn it over, you can see the other side, all of these gorgeous designs. I mean, beautiful. It's very beautiful. One of the fun things that Stampin' Up! Does is they have kind of a bold or lots of designs on one side, and then the other side is more soft and subtle so that you can use them together. You can mix and match, and you'll just have such a good time. So here you've got those bold designs, and on the back, it's more of a subtle design, a subtle watercolor wash in this case, and it works perfectly together. So I wanted to show some ideas this month using designer series paper on our Monday lunchtime live. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a pinwheel tower card. Now, this is a long version of this. This is we call this a slimline card, and it fits into a legal envelope. And this is actually made with the runner-up paper, but I'm going to show you how to make a regular or standard size card in just a moment with the Hello Irresistible. So this paper that I used is for this sample is called Bright and Beautiful. It was our runner-up in the Designer Series Paper Challenge. But look at this. This is how this card opens up. And you have 4 panels. It stands up like a tower. And we call it a tower pinwheel card. I like this one because it became a birthday one. So here's sweet birthday wishes. You could even use this card because it's long and lots of space. You could use this kind of as a mini album. You could add pictures of your friend who is celebrating a birthday, you and your friend together here in these extra spaces, and send that to them. And it's almost like a cute little mini album. Isn't that adorable? I'll tell you a little bit more about the dimensions on that one in just a moment. Let's get started. If you are going to craft along with me, you will need a piece of designer series paper that is 4¼ inch square. And then you will need 4 pieces of cardstock, which are 2¾ by 4½ inches, not centimeters. Sorry, I should tell you that. Okay. Then you will probably need a trimmer or some kind of scoring tool. I'm going to use, right over here, the Simply Scored tool. And we're going to start by creating the base of our card. This is actually super simple, super fun and easy. So try this along with me. All right, we are going to score this at, move my stamps just a moment. We're going to score it at every inch. Pretty easy, right? It doesn't matter which way it goes because it's square. So 1, 2, oops, that one kind of moved. 3 and 4. Make sure I fold it on the right one now. I'm going to turn it over and just kind of unscore that one, I guess, because I don't need that little piece. So every inch. Because this is a card that will be is very mobile, people will be opening it and closing it. I have chosen to use tear and tape to adhere it together, at least this base part. I'm grabbing a bone folder so I can get some nice crisp folds on every inch. And then on this tiny little piece at this end is where I'm going to, on this tiny 1/4 inch side, I'm going to adhere the tear and tape. Just like that. And then if you take the top of the adhesive off, you should be able to fold 1 large panel in and one large panel over, creating a perfect box. So that is the base of your card right there. Got it? It's simple, and this is the same size. Well, not quite. I'll tell you what, it's all going to be 4¼ inches wide. But for this card, for my slimline card, I made it only 4 inches tall. So it was 4 inches tall, a little bit smaller, and 4¼ inches wide. Still made a square out of that. Okay. Then let's take our, pardon me, I had a phone call there just in the middle. We're going to take our 4 panels of cardstock, and we're going to glue them to each 1-inch section. So I'm going to start with this side over here, and here I'm using my Tear and Tape Plus. Again, it's really sticky, so it's easy when this card is opened and closed often. So I'm going to do that one right there. Now, when I open it, you're going to see that the next panel is ready to go. We'll just do it the next inch. Put your adhesive on the smaller piece there, just that inch, not over here on this side, just that side, that 1 inch. And then put your next panel on, making sure that it's kind of covered all the way over there. And then open it up again. Next panel. Pretty simple so far, right? You can handle this. Say hello if you're coming in. And then at the last one, when you turn it, you'll see that last panel needs one more piece. So 4¼ inches is how wide, or sorry, 2 3/4 inches this direction, plus 2 3/4 inches, or I almost put that on the wrong spot. There we go. So now when you open it up, there you go. 2 3/4 inches plus 2 3/4 inches is 5½. And it fits perfectly into our envelopes like this. See? Voila. There you go. And the designer series paper that you used for the inside of that helps to make it a little less bulky rather than using a piece of cardstock. When you're using the designer series paper, it just gives you a really nice flat card when it's open. Okay, the next thing you will need are 4 pieces of 2½ by 4 inch designer series paper, and we're using the Hello Irresistible paper. Hello, Carlene, good to see you, so to speak. So we're using this one, the Hello Irresistible designer series paper. It's on sale right now for like $10.69, I think, $10.62. There we go. In our June designer series paper sale. So tag a friend that you know who collects and loves patterned paper. So you need 4 of each. And I just used little pieces and parts of my Hello Irresistible paper. So if you need to do any stamping, it's easier to do it before you put them on. We're going to do that here. We're going to make this into a birthday card. I need to find out if I can put, this is a long piece, a long greeting, and I wasn't sure if that was going to match, but I think we're going to make it work. Okay. Again, I always love birthday cards or generic cards that you can use for anything. This one's going to say, "Hooray, it's your day." I am stamping in Pretty Peacock right here on this one. And you may want to have a section, this section I think is the next one that I'm going to use to kind of leave empty to write on. And let me think about how I want this to look. Sorry, I am pondering what I've got here. Okay, let's start with this one. We'll start with this one, and then we're going to do. The fun thing about this paper is that you can cut out. This coordinates, by the way, the Hello Irresistible paper coordinates with a couple of other products, including a stamp set. That's what I'm using, this stamp set that's called Irresistible Blooms. And it has these greetings, I like you, thank you, hello, la, 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 and all of these beautiful flowers, a little bit of splatter effect that you can use somewhere. Maybe we'll use that on this first one here. So then it also has coordinating dies that it comes with. So let's say that I wanted to stamp a flower. I can cut it out, not only the stamped image. See, I've got a couple of those purple ones in here. Why not use them? I can cut out not only the stamped image with my die, but also the paper. So check this out. Here's the paper and the die that goes with that one. I think, let's see if I can get it right. Yep, there we go. Paper. You can cut out the pieces of the paper, or you can stamp and die cut them out as well. So there you go. Ha, fun, 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 fun. Okay, maybe we'll use that purple in there just because it's kind of fun. We might just do that. And I already have it stamped, so we really will be able to utilize that well. We're going to come back and cut out some of the printed paper. So we've got our design done. Let's do some splatter. I think I left the splatter stamped in here, so I need to grab it out. So you can stamp directly onto your designer series paper, as I am doing here. This is the leaf print. In fact, maybe I want to start with that leaf. Let's do a little leaf. I'm going to stamp it in. When you're wondering what colors to use for your projects, go ahead and take a look at the colors that are in the designer series paper. So in this one, we have Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, Soft Seafoam. I'm actually going to snag my Lost Lagoon, I think. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty. It's kind of a blue teal color, which will be pretty for these leaves. So we're going to just stamp some leaves right over the top. And you can actually stamp off and get a lighter image if you would like. So there we go, some lighter images. Hooray, it's your day. We can add a flower to that and we're ready to go. And then, oh wait, I wanted to do a little bit of extra splatter. The splatter I like to have a little bit light, so we'll just kind of do that. There you go. Now you've got that whole piece ready to put onto our card, and I'm going to move my ink pads up just a bit so I've got some space to design. Here we go. Now I'll just use my, the twine wants to come with me. I'm going to use my regular adhesive, my stamp and seal, and this piece will go on this side, and this piece will go on that side. So in this case, I may want to switch something out and make it into a Flirty Flamingo. Blossom. I had a piece of white paper that would be perfect for that. I have this purple, but since we're kind of going with this Flirty Flamingo theme, I think we'll just change it up a little bit. Let's use the large flower right here. Stamped in Flirty Flamingo. It's true. You have to do two of those right here. Look at that. One that's light, one that's dark when you stamp it off the second time. This is a true live crafting because I got the other one finished and then went, oh, it's time to go live. And so I had to pause and just pull out all the pieces that I thought I might need for this card. I'm going to move this aside so you can see me die cut. So what things do you need cards for this month? Have you got birthdays? You do send it for Flag Day or prepare ahead for the 4th of July. Seems like everybody's got birthdays. So it's safe to make a birthday card or a generic card that could be, this one could be a congratulations card. Well, I've got my cutter out. We're just going to cut all of the little pieces that we need. So I've got a large flower, and we'll do this light flower as long as I'm cutting it out and visiting. Just had I had a granddaughter turn 1 year old. So that was our most recent birthday, but we don't have a lot of family birthdays in June. But I did send quite a few cards this morning. I sent some thank you cards. Thank you for ordering. And I sent some get well soon cards, some people in my neighborhood who have had some health issues. Now I'm going to cut out the same image from a designer series paper. So again, I love that we've got coordination across all sorts of products. So you can buy the whole Hello Irresistible suite, which includes the stamps, the dies, the designer series paper, and some sparkly gems, embellishments, all together or individually. Maybe you want to buy the suite to start with, and then you need to refill and get extra paper. Okay, last thing I'm going to cut out are some leaves and a small flower on this designer series paper. So let's just line up our dies right over the top. Then when you have all of the things that coordinate, you're just ready to jump in and create something and save this video. You can pin it. You can bookmark it. You can like it on YouTube because it is on YouTube as well. If you're watching on Facebook, you've got a couple of choices. And then all of the information and up close pictures of the cards will be on my website, Creative Juice by Lonnie, later today. So lots of choices. Lots of choices. Okay, we got all the pieces that we need cut out. Let's see. Maybe I'll just come backwards and do one more leaf because it's better to be safe than sorry. I wish I had. Awesome. We've got that. Let's see. Have we got any comments that I need to talk about? I need to talk to you about? I love just visiting with you. So, come and visit. Oh, Nyla, you're so sweet. That is the nicest thing. I know that you're a professional stamper as well. So I'm not probably teaching you anything you don't know. But if you have somebody who doesn't know how to stamp or would love it, I think it's such a great hobby. I've been amazed at how many, in my particular instance in life, or my place in my life, I should say, I find that there are a lot of people who, once their families leave, don't have a lot of things that make them excited to get up every day. They don't have a hobby or something that they really want to be doing. So they seem to kind of not have anything fun. All right, which one shall I use? The dark one? I kind of like the dark one. Now, you can put this on dimensionals if you wanted it to have a little bit of depth. And I have my dimensionals right out here. Yeah, I should show you. Oh, here it is. I should show you, my messy craft desk, but I found it. Or you can put it on if you want it to be really flat. You don't want to have a lot of bulk to your card. You could just put it on flat. But really, dimensional squish. These little double-sided adhesive with some foam in between it, they squish, so they shouldn't be too difficult. There's our first panel. This is the panel that I'm going to leave just sort of blank so that you could write a greeting on it, or I could write a greeting on it, rather, because this is my card. This is my card, but you can make one. By the way, this paper, the paper that I used for the base of this card is that Lost Lagoon, pre-Lost Lagoon paper. Here's our next two panels. And then this one. This is where I thought I would put the pieces that I cut out, or at least one of the pieces, maybe. We'll see. Oh, and I should have stamped that first, you guys. I'm so sorry. It's all right. We can still stamp it. We'll stamp it with the Lost Lagoon. It says, I like you. Ooh, thank heavens this is a red rubber, a cling stamp that has the red rubber and the foam, because it would be a little more difficult to stamp on this if it had been a photopolymer stamp, because, yeah, it doesn't have that cushion. So now we can kind of just build up this cute area. This one can be like, I like you, I like you. We'll put one of them on flat and one of them on with dimensionals. And I may actually do this one up here with dimensionals because I can feel the dimensionals up down here as well. Okay, I think that piece like that, and this one up here like this. What do you think? That's going to work. Then the dimensionals will be in a different place and they can squish easily in the envelope. Okay, we'll do that. Paper crafting and stamping and thinking of ideas for you gets me out of bed every day. I'm so excited. Monday is actually my favorite day, so I can be here to share crafty ideas with you. That is why I love it. That's why everybody should have a happy hobby. So if you love to climb a mountain, go for it. But if you're more of an inside hobby sort of person, we got you. This is us helping you find something that will make you excited every day to get up and get into your craft studio. Okay, and this is kind of, now I could let this piece hang off the edge as long as it's in the center and not on the edge when I go to mail this. Does that make sense? So I can leave that right there. There you go. There's that next section. And then finally, we have this section. And this is maybe where we would want to emboss something. And this could be this one I would want to say, I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. We'll find a way to do that. We're going to find a way to do that. Maybe, I know what we could do. We can put it on just a white strip. And I save all my white strips because it seems like they're just the perfect sizes. Let me show you my collection of white strips. Look at this, all these strips. I have all sorts of different widths. This one looks like it's going to be perfect and I'm going to stamp it. I was about to stamp it in the blue, but I think we're going to stamp it in Flirty Flamingo. We're almost done. Now let's see how close that's going to fit. Oh, yes. Love it when a plan comes together. And you could even put that here and this one right over the top. I love it when a plan works. Or when it flying by the seat of your pants works. Okay, moving. Oh, let's glue that on there. I could use either side, but it's kind of pretty too that way. What do you think? Should I do that side? Kind of like this side. Or should I do that side? I'm kind of liking this side. Yeah. I'm glad you like these colors, Carlene. Like I said, I didn't even have to think about them. They were all just in the Designer Series paper pack. So I know that I need it to come just to the edge of my card here. I could just hold it up like this, make sure that it fits perfectly. There we go. Sure. Sorry, people all want to call me at 12:30. I don't know why they want to call me right here in the middle of crafting. We'll call them back. Okay. Then you could add something else if you wanted to. But now look at this. Then when they get it, they can display it standing up like this. It says, I like you. I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. Hooray, it's your day. Oh, I guess I should bring it down here. And then the place for you to write. So there is, I'm going to mail it just like this. Don't forget to stamp your envelope. Let's do that really quickly. We'll start with a big, I'm going to start in the middle on the front of my envelope. You could, in fact, I'll show you how to do that. Somebody's thinking of me. I'm going to stamp this large. If you're not familiar with how to mask something, I'm going to stamp this large flower onto a Post-it note that had some of my earlier notes on how to make this. Then you can actually put this Post-it note, once you've used it, right into the case with your stamps. I stamped it on the end that is sticky. And when you save it, you can reuse it over and over again. But this becomes a mask. I'm just cutting out along the image. And in fact, you can kind of cut just inside the image for the best mask. Put it down on top of your flower. So I'm doing the front of my card. I want this one to be lighter behind it. So I did that. And then we're going to do this big right here. We're going to do some leaves. Now watch what happens. The magic. When I take this one off, it looks like the other things are behind it. Ta-da! Love that. So that's called a mask. You just mask off the one that you did in the front, stamp over the top of it, remove it. Voila. Looks like everything's behind it. I might even be able to use it as a little tiny mask. Look at that. Just happens to work. Oh, that's kind of dark. Really. There we go. Ooh, now I have a matching envelope. Move all this paraphernalia out so you can see, and we'll talk about the larger card, the slimline card. So this card is ready to be written on and just put right inside my envelope. It's not too bulky, so it shouldn't cost you much unless you added like bling to it. Sometimes they charge you a little extra for the jewels and rhinestones and sequins that sometimes we have, or sometimes I put just another piece of cardstock over the top of those. They never know. Anyway, all right, so that is the first one, and then, well, that is our second one actually, and here's our first one. Let me show you. That's the 5.5 by 4 1/4. They fit right into your card. This is, hold on here, I'm going to just take this one off. And this one is our slimline one. If you want to know where to order, you can order these all at my website, Creative Juice by Lonnie, and you'll get all of the details later today. So this was a slimline one. It's a lot larger. Now the reason I did the this card this way and not portrait like this is because the when you get the panels on a tall card, they become really skinny and too difficult to decorate or stamp on. So really this is the best, that's the best size, or this is a better size. The finished card size for this one is 9 by 4 inches, 9 by 4 inches. And same centerpiece, 1 inch square in the middle, but the panels are half of 9 inches. So 4.5 by 4, and you need 4 of them, 4.5 wide, 4 inches tall. And this one I used the runner-up designer series paper that you chose, which was Bright and Beautiful. So fun, isn't it? And then my sweet, what is it called? Sweet as a cherry, sweetest cherries stamp set to go with that one. I need to stamp my envelope so that it has the cherries on there, just like our beautiful Hello Irresistible card. Okay? If you have questions, please ask them here in the comments. I will come back and answer them. I've given you all the ideas that you need to get started to make beautiful pinwheel tower pinwheel tower cards, however that goes. But we will be back with more designer series paper ideas for you next Monday. Meanwhile, join me over on Facebook at Creative Juice by Lonnie. Check out my blog at creativejuicebylonnie.com. And we will see you soon. Enjoy your first week of summer stamping. We'll see you then.